Praise be to Jesus, the Most High God, the Creator of the universe, the Father of all hosts, the King of kings, the Lord of lords. Praise be to Jesus. I am humbled to be before you once again. God has done me well in all circumstances, in all situations. God has remained to be faithful on my side, and I give him all the praise. He has gifted me, and he has made me to be whom I am. That is why I am standing today, because I believe he has made a way. How many of you have ever received a gift from somebody? How many of you have ever received a surprise gift from somebody? Someone giving you a gift without a notice. You receiving it unexpectedly. I know many of us have been surprised, especially during our birthdays. We have been caught up in surprises, which was unexpected to us. But we were so much happy because gifts motivate, gifts encourage, gift empowers, gifts show value in something. If you are gifted during your birthday, it means you are so much valued. That's why you are being celebrated with the gifts. When Jesus was born, the Bible talks about the wise men carrying gifts to Jesus. So a gift is what you voluntarily receive without any aim or expectation of paying back what you have been given. You're receiving it freely without paying back because you have been given as a sign of appreciation or as a sign of motivation or as a sign of celebrating you. That is a gift. I know you might be wondering what I'm talking about, but I'm trying to explain so that you understand what a gift is. When I give you a gift, this means that gift is yours. You are the one to decide what to do with the gift. You can decide to destroy it. You can decide to maximally use it to benefit yourself. It will be my joy as the giver of the gift to see the gift that I gave you being utilized and being maximized, being sustained well, being preserved well, being used well. I'll feel so bad when I give you a cloth, when I buy you a shirt, when I buy you a pair of shoes. Then tomorrow I find you playing with that pair of shoes in mud. To me, it will mean that you are not mature for the gift. To me, it will mean that you are careless to handle the gift. Therefore, you were never ready for the gift. This means the only way to make the giver of the gift happy is by utilizing what you have been given. 1 Corinthians chapter number 12, from verse number 7, the Bible says, "But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to each one of the profit of all." I'll repeat, but the manifestation of the Spirit is given to each one for the profit of all. Manifestation of the Spirit is given to each one. What the Bible is saying is the gifts of the Spirit have been given freely for everyone. Everyone has a right to operate in this gift because they were never given to the specifics. They were never given to certain individuals. There was no biasness, but there was genuineness. There was truthfulness. And God was giving this. He gave it to everybody. That's what the Bible is trying to tell us. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to each one for the profit of all. Verse 8. For to one is given the word of wisdom. Remember, these are gifts which you have been given for them to benefit you, for them to turn your life around, for them to change your life. To one has been given the spirit of wisdom. For one is given the word of wisdom. Word of wisdom is one of the gifts that God has given man. Word of wisdom is that spirit which a person carries. A spirit which will differentiate you and other people depending on how you handle things, depending on how you react towards things, depending on how you solve issues. The gift of wisdom, the spirit of wisdom. The Bible talks about Solomon and two harlots. One slept on his own child, and they went to Solomon. And the Bible says that the one who had lost her child, who slept on her child, said, kill the child. But the owner of the child said, no, don't kill, give it to her. And Solomon said, because of that, this means the one who wanted the child to be killed was not the mother of the child. Wisdom. All these were given freely, and you can get them freely. Wisdom. 1 + 1 is 2. But wisdom can make 1 + 1 to be 1. Why? Because where wisdom is applied, academics and technologies are pushed aside. Where wisdom is present, certificates, degrees are pushed aside. Wisdom is more than human brain. Wisdom is bigger than human nature. It's bigger than human thoughts. Once you carry the wisdom of God, nothing can ever be difficult to you, child of God. The gift of wisdom. The gift of wisdom. To another, the word of knowledge. The word of knowledge is a state whereby God is able to reveal to me something over your life, something that you need, which you had not shared, but as I'm speaking, I'm touching part of your problems. As I am praying, if your problem was a child, I find myself saying, Father, let those that need children receive children. That is the word of knowledge. The word of knowledge. You are directed by the Spirit to alter what the flesh couldn't have led you to alter. And through that, you touch the heart of the listener. The word of knowledge. Someone will ask, how did you know? But you will not explain it because you have been triggered by the Spirit. You have been led by the Spirit to make such a prayer, to preach such a word that day. The word of knowledge. It reveals to you what you don't know. It reveals to you what you don't know. One day I was praying for one man. My dad called me and told me, pray for this man. And I prayed for him and I told God, Father, I ask your favor upon him, even as He works on his tenders. After I finished praying, he called me and asked me, how did you know that my field has something to do with tenders? I said, it's the Spirit of God, the word of knowledge. The word of knowledge. To another, faith by the same Spirit. Faith is also a gift, which as a Christian you need it. It's a weapon which you need it. The Bible says that faith without action is death. Male de Brasikata. Isaac asked Abraham, Father, you are going to give a sacrifice to God. Firewood we have. A knife to slaughter the sacrifice, to slaughter the lamb we have. Firewood we have. But I cannot see the lamb. And Abraham said, the lamb will be provided by Jehovah Shammah, by Jehovah Jireh. Abraham spoke that by faith. The one that was talking, asking questions, was going to be made the lamb according to Abraham and God. But Abraham is answering and saying, God will provide. That means faith has been implied. Who knows, maybe after Abraham said that, God changed everything. The faith of Abraham began being exercised. He began exercising himself to be a man of faith by telling his son that God will provide. In his mind, he knew that I was going to slaughter my son. But if I tell him, he'll run away. Therefore, if he dares ask me about where the lamb will come from, I'll tell him God will provide. He was speaking that by faith. Why did God provide? Was Abraham right when he said God will provide? Yes, he was right. He knew that he can change things by speaking. He can change things by believing. Shakala bayaba. The God who gave him a son was going to provide a sacrificial lamb. De ghost talamayanda. I don't know if you can hear me today, but I am seeking the Spirit of God tonight to trigger you up, to stimulate you up, to activate you up. You need this spirit of faith. You need this gift of faith. Some of you could be very far, but because of your little faith, you men of little faith, you people of little faith, how long will you keep moving around with Jesus? Jesus told the disciples, you men of little faith, how long will you continue living like this, living this kind of life? Faith is a basic need in the life of a Christian. Faith is one of the gifts. Faith is one of the gift. Oh my God. Oh, lada baya baya ba. To another, the gift of healing. Gift of healing. You have been given that gift that you may be able to conquer diseases. You have been given that gift that you may be able to reduce the number of sick people in the hospitals. My God. Gift of healing. Zaibulada asakatiada. To another, working miracles. Oh my God. To another, prophecy. To another, discernment. To another, tongues. And to another, interpretation of tongues. All those are gifts that God has given us. You must be somewhere here. Child of God, you must be somewhere here. Where do you belong in those gifts? At least you must have one of them. At least you have to have one of them. I pray for you today. Remember, these gifts have not been given to you to sleep on them. They have not been given to you to act as a pillowcase. No. They have been given to you to benefit your life, to conquer the kingdom of the enemy, to beautify your atmosphere, to bring joy to your surrounding, to differentiate you and other people, shakadabaya, to substantiate your problems and make them benefits and make them profits. That is why you need the gifts. Child of God, these gifts have been given. If you pray, don't pray for them to be released from heaven, because they were given. Freely they were given to benefit you. Some of you have them, but you are sleeping on them. Some of you have them, but you have not decided to exercise them. Bring them into the field. Let them begin working. Let them begin manifesting for the glory of Jesus. God bless you. Shalom.